started. Press select and start.
Hmm? So it don't let you go live Canvas no more? Hmm. Yes, it does. He wants me to rotate the device the other way, but this is the way I wanted it to do it. So, I don't know. Oh, wow. He wants me to turn it this way. I already got 12 people on here. Y'all, come on in here. It didn't want me to turn it that way. It didn't want me to do landscape. So, I'm going to do it this way. How y'all doing? We're going to make some biscuits real quick. Hey, it's Tracy. And I'm sorry that I came in the way that I did, and I don't want to restart the video. But we're finna make some buttermilk biscuits, and I also need to hit my other device for my people and push y'all back together. I need to really move y'all together, all right? So to make sure that y'all both can see me at the same time and work that thing together. Honey, together we stand, and divided we fall. Honey, we tighter than pantyhoses. Two sizes small. All right, let me hit my other one, and then I need to get a few things. So as y'all come on in, hit your thumbs up. I'm gonna go live also on Facebook, but I need you to stay over here on YouTube because we're gonna talk about doing some stuff over here on YouTube, okay? So you YouTubers, come on in. Say hello, Happy New Year. And I'm gonna add Facebook. So y'all good? Any questions before I add Facebook? So we're gonna use self-rising flour. We're going to use buttermilk, and we're going to use shortening. These are the ingredients to make. Oven is on 450. I need to get my skillet, and I need to get ready. And we're also going to cook some smoked sausages. All right? So that won't take long. This is a quick meal. It's cold outside. Some of y'all are snowed in. Let me get my skillet, and I'm going to hit my other device. Come on in. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grease this up real quick. Hit that other device to come on in here. Here we go. Facebook. Hello, Facebook and YouTube. And so I'm gonna make some homemade buttermilk biscuits. And we're going to get started on what we got going on. Is that all right? I'm going to take my hand and do this so I can just sprinkle a little flour. That's real good. This is the last day the kids are out of school. They go back to school tomorrow, honey. They go back to school tomorrow. So the oven is on 450 degrees. Why? Because you can cook them on 500. But the longer you cook a biscuit, when I grew up, everybody cooked biscuits on 350 and 375. The problem was that is when you got ready to go get another biscuit, they were so hard. They were hard to warm up. We also are going to do a Black History moment once we get going real good today. Because it's important to me. It may not be important to you. And be safe out there. Almost everybody around us is getting snow. So y'all, we are supposed to get some snow Friday and Saturday. 80% chance on Friday. But it is windy out there. It can blow your stuff off your decks and porch. And it's cold. And so, but we just don't. Honey, winter is wintering, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with these biscuits. My hand holds about a half a cup. So that's what we're going to start with, about a half a cup. That's what my hand, I don't have a big hand. Anyone for half a cup to a cup of shortening, depending on how many you making biscuits for. If you don't have self-rising flour, all you got to do is add you some baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And now you got self-rising. Do equal parts and you'll be just fine. You can also make biscuits. You can make these biscuits with butter. And I know that if you're looking for flaky biscuits, yes, you can make the biscuit with cold butter that you can shave it. But you also can make them room temperature. You can use room temperature butter, and you also can use shortening that don't have to be cold. I never make mine with cold anything. If I want to reach over here now and get a little butter and add into this, I can. After a while, you'll start to realize, I need just a little bit more shortening. And you'll feel that. As you make these biscuits, you'll feel the texture that you really want. And I probably didn't intend, that's Queen, I probably didn't intend to use all this. Probably some of this was supposed to be my pat. But this is not a bowl that I separated it in. So I'm going to take this until it looks like I got old flour, like I done baked a whole lot of chicken, fried a lot of chicken. All right, and we're going to crumble this up. Hey, Ladybug. Cold, I think. Thank you so much. That was a good deal. You walked in on a deal. Oh my God, am I gonna be? Woo, y'all, honey, that cake queen. Well, Augusta, I don't live near Augusta. I live near the mountains. Now, Augusta is gonna be warmer than me. I am northwest Georgia. Okay, I live like you going toward Dalton, Chattanooga, Blue Ridge, Ella J.
I never did.
I was okay. I forgot to bring your buttermilk.
I got sick. So my temperature is different. And on top of that, we'll probably get snow more than Columbus, Georgia, because they're expecting it to be northwest. Yeah, see, I'm not near Augusta. I'm 3 hours away from Augusta. All of Georgia is not in the same region, you know. So I'm not in that area. So it's not raining up here. It's just windy and cold. All right. I'm 3 hours away from Augusta, 5 hours away from Savannah. I'm 5 hours away from a body of water. We don't have but man-made lakes where I live. I'm more up toward the mountains. So it's always a little colder where I live. And I am exactly an hour from Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I can get to Chattanooga faster than I can get to Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and make sure y'all sprinkle me. Shake your buttermilk up real good. Always buy whole buttermilk. Always. Now, if you making your biscuits with heavy whipping cream, you won't need to add 3 ingredients because the heavy whipping cream got all of it. But they also don't cook the same way. Heavy whipping cream biscuits, you're going to feel the texture is going to be different. All right. And it's going to take just a little longer. Oh, would you ask me something? Oh, it's going to take just a little bit longer for those biscuits to cook because of the fat base. And it's going to appear to be thick. It won't be as loose like these will be. Okay. So you got to understand you're going to have a different feeling toward a heavy whipping cream biscuit than you will one that's made out of anything else. Canned milk, sour cream, water. Steam your biscuits. I used to cook biscuits on top of the stove because they're the ovens and stuff. A lot of times they didn't have an oven. The wood burner was just for the top. So they cooked biscuits on top of the stove. And it was almost like it was a dumpling. They would steam them. And then they would turn around and fry them. just to get them brown on top and brown on the bottom. But they would actually just add a little water, cover them up. They would rise. So you can cook a biscuit on top of a stove. All right. Hey, make sure y'all sprinkle me. Now on YouTube, you come out. I'm going to show you what it looked like. On YouTube, you come out and that's what it's going to look like. You come out, you give me a thumbs up. And then that means you come out and hit that thumb and you come back in. So that means I'm not having y'all not sharing me right now, YouTube. Facebook, sprinkle me means to share. And all you got to do, if you don't mind, if you ain't ashamed that you watch me, is to just share. So it should be like this. This is how it should be before we add any more flour in here, right? To start patting it. You don't want it too dry. You really don't, because you can overwork your dough. You don't have to knead it that many times. As a matter of fact, I knead mine in my hands, okay? So what I'm going to do is take some of this off, go wash my hands, and I'm going to get ready to pack these biscuits out. All right? And these biscuits are not going to be thick. We ain't want no thick ones. We're going to stuff them. All right? Is the butter or short? I'm using shortening. You can make them with butter, shortening, or a combination. It really does not matter. To be honest with you. It don't matter. I think people tell y'all a lot of crazy stuff to get their views on TikTok and all of that. But if you're going to the extreme, you don't have to go to the extreme. You really don't.
That's not bad.
Hold on, I'll be back over there in just a second. Right? Then I'm going to put my little meat on real quick. So, oh, that smells so good. So, that's it. Now I'm going to shake me a little flour. Get me a little flour. I don't waste my flour. I'm going to scoop me out a little flour so I can dust and pack. Queen, you give me a chair. I know Mississippi, y'all get more ice than y'all do anything. I talked to Terranell today, and he said y'all had a little something going on where he lives over the past weekend. But wherever your weather patterns is, because I'm not a meteorologist, please be careful and be safe and be responsible. If you don't know how to drive in snow, we shut down. Some of y'all are still open and y'all gonna keep moving. But be careful and be responsible. Remember, you only got one life. Either it's your life or somebody else's or both of y'all's. All right? So where I live, we don't have any snow, but it is super cold out there. It's going to reach the high today, might get to 30 degrees. So, yeah, that part. All right, so now we're going to do these biscuits. And then we're going to do us some smoked sausage because I'm not spending a bunch of money eating out. Stuff is too high. And then I made some chicken tenders last night. And Avery and I will have some of those too. So school start back here tomorrow. I thought it started back. I sure was too. I did too. And so you can just dust your hand, grab you up some. I need mine while it's in my hand. And that way, I mean, like, it's just that easy. It's that simple. And whatever I don't use, because I don't know that I'm going to use all of it. It just depends on how big I want to make this biscuit. Whatever I don't use, I can always put in the freezer. I'm sorry. I think I want to make these, decent size. Because I got to stuff them. I'm sorry about that, YouTube. Something hit it. I got to stuff it. So I'm going to take and shake me some on it. Shake me some on my hands. We're going to make us big enough to stuff. Need to make a... Girl, that got me. You knew it was going to, though, didn't you? I ain't laughing about that.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I ain't saying, not right now. I can't say.
I know we can't say, but I'm laughing because the devil.
Yeah,
Just
you're
speaking
right.
up the devil.
Yeah, but she needs to be checked early. And ain't nothing you can, I know ain't nothing you can do about it, but. So I'm going to take these, and you might think they're going to be too flat. They not. I'm going to press it. Now, these are going to be kind of big because we want to put something in there. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to add a little more to it, all right? Because we're going to stuff these. And when you stuff a biscuit, have y'all ever heard of a place called Martin's? When you stuff a biscuit, baby, them biscuits be good, don't they? Mm-hmm. And there are some places, all they sell is stuffed biscuits all day long. That's all they sell. And stuffed biscuits, you got to have enough room in there to stuff them. All right? So we're going to lay them. Make sure your biscuits touch each other. Make sure they touch each other. They not going to, yeah. I got a great opportunity, but I'll talk about something else right now. When I tell you God is so good and his mercy really do endure forever, and God had gave me something, even something for my church to start doing, and I'm looking forward to it. God is so amazing. And I just have to say his name every single solitary day. And when I get this meat on, I'm going to do a demonstration for you all. And it's a part of Black history, okay? I just want to let you know that. I want to show y'all something, and it's a part of Black history, all right? Come on in. Make sure y'all come out and come in on YouTube. And I am going to start doing some stuff on YouTube. I'm planning on doing a series on YouTube. And I'm also planning on doing a series called Crock Pot Cookers. Okay? And we're going to be a crock pot cook. I didn't have to use baking soda. It's self-rising. I didn't have to use baking soda, baking powder. It's already in there. This is already self-rising flour. So no, I didn't. I don't have to right now. Because I already got it. Happy Monday rather. This is the first Monday of this year. So we got so much to talk about and so much to do. And I'm gonna get a skillet. Gwen, I got a can you look up over there and get me my hot plate so I can put a skillet on right here? I don't have to move nothing. I can just cook right here. Over there on that side. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all be careful. I know it. I don't live near Augusta, so we are actually cold. I know somebody said it was raining in Augusta, but it's not raining here. I'm northwest. Augusta is further south, like you're going toward South Carolina and stuff like that. So I'm not. I'm like you going toward Tennessee. But I'm not in Tennessee at all. I'm an hour from the line. We actually share a river. We've had a debate who owns most of that river. Do Georgia own most of that river or do Tennessee? Tennessee use the river more than we do. But it's said it's really ours. But you know, hey, I ain't gonna fight over no river.
Which one?
I got one more river to cross. Turn it up on high, yeah. I'm gonna cut these sausages up, okay? So what we gonna do now? I got some big biscuits finna happen. I'm gonna show them to y'all. And I got 7 big biscuits. I got 7 big biscuits. We're gonna put them. And now my mama taught me to take these biscuits, put some water on your hands, put some whatever you got, buttermilk, whole milk. I know what's wrong with me. Just pat the top of them to seal your moisture in, all right? That's it. That's it. And that's all. I didn't mess up my counters. My cleanup is gonna be easy. And now I'm gonna put my meat on. All right. I'm gonna put these in the oven. Turn the oven on. I just patted them. Got them a little shiny. You can brush butter if you want to. And when I do drop biscuits, I pour all my butter on them. I can melt a little butter now. And I can pour a little butter on top of these as well. It ain't gonna hurt it. Or you can just rub your butter. It's all. Some people like buttery biscuits. And if you like buttery biscuits, go on and pour your little butter on there while they cooking. It'll be all right. It ain't gonna do nothing but soak in there. All right. So you can do it. All right. So now I'm gonna put these in the oven real quick for about 10-12 minutes. Well, hold on. You know what I did?
You turned it off.
I turned it off.
Actually,
Okay, so we're gonna set these right here. Why? Because Tracy turned it off instead of hitting start. See, sometimes Tracy talking in the third person like it ain't really me. Sometimes Tracy, she forget how these double ovens work, and what looked like it should be start is really off. All right. So now I'm gonna turn y'all. I'm gonna turn y'all this way toward my toward the window. All right, just stay with me. Woo, 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 woo. There we go. We're gonna be this way now. We're gonna be over here on this side of the fence. Give me a skillet. Y'all. And now we're gonna cut up our sausage. And I love butterball turkey sausage. I love you too, Dexter Power Jr. We're gonna get these on. Then I'm gonna show you something about Black History as well, because we gotta let the oven warm up. Hold on, I gotta read some comments too. Somebody asked something about some shortening. I'm not quite sure what they were asking. These comments go by so quick. Oh, I live 2 hours and some change from Macon, Georgia. I don't live near these places y'all mentioned. So our weather patterns are not the same. Yeah, I don't live near them either. I know where Macon is, Warner Robins and all of that, but I don't live nowhere near them. Right? So
Statement has been issued for parties.
to tell you if they. Hey, would you bring me a little oil over there? It's in the little. This is how I do mine. No, it's something I already poured out. Got it going on, girl.
You fancy.
I'm fancy like Applebee's on the date.
I just ordered us some more coffee stuff, so I spent $33.
I thought I paid.
I'm talking about something different. From Sugar Deli.
Not going on, just spend
No,
Just spend $55 now. You can't be buying.
You have red.
I'm telling you, I spent.
Hold on, what's that?
$73
Okay.
yesterday. Cause I wanted this powder.
Okay, those are gonna be cooking. And I want to do a demonstration real quick for Black History. I want to tell you a quick story on it, and then we're gonna go back to cooking. I don't know what brand of hot plate that is. You can buy a hot plate at Walmart. It really don't matter. Don't get caught up in brands or nothing. It does not matter. But let me wash my hand. I'm gonna do the demonstration real quick. I can't tell you Quiznos, something like that. Something like that, huh? It don't matter. They got so many. But I like the hot plate. I don't like the digital ones. Because they can tear up on you quick. And sometimes, I will tell you this much. The digital hot plates, you got to be careful with them. Because some cookware, they won't let you cook on it. It'll say it ain't coming on. Okay. Okay, give me those. I got it. Okay, so let me tell you a little story about this. And I'm going to sit down and do this real quick. And I'm going to demonstrate, okay? So, in slavery, slaves created head wraps. Slaves created cover wraps. Slave owners, slave owners did not like to see our nappy hair. All right? So they made the slaves, men and women in the beginning, cover their hair up. So they had to walk around with a cover to protect, and so the slave owners. Now this is fancy. Now I wear this some Sundays when my hair ain't hitting on nothing, and I might put something up there or put a ball up there, and this can be very fancy, right? I can tilt it like that, and so I used to sell these in my salon. So I done had this a long time, but slaves had to learn how to create a wrap. Because if you worked in the kitchen, just like it is today, you couldn't show your hair. If you worked in the house, you couldn't show your hair. Also, this is not just in America, but when you wore wraps in Africa, it represented where you were from. It represented what tribe, and it also represented your status. The same way it was in slavery. The house, field house women, they had different wraps versus the ones that were in the kitchen. All right? So they had to learn how to be obedient, cover their whole head up so they wouldn't get a whipping. You can do it so many ways. You could twist it like this, right? We can take it right in the back, right? And I'm going to just do this real quick because, you know, I can tie something, honey. I can make it work. I really can. And then you can turn around if you want to be fancy. I probably would have been a fancy slave. Make sure that's in there like I want it so it don't look funny. And then you could turn around. But they had to be covered. The slave owners did not like the texture of our hair. And then you worked in the kitchen just like in the kitchen today. If you was in food service, you got to cover your hair. Right? So you could take another one, come around like that if you want to. You can be fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? You can crisscross this thing, right? And you can turn around, and you can do so many wonderful things, baby. You take this thing around again, like that. Come on back around again. Put you some hair in your head. Come on around again. Take this thing and tie this thing and tuck this thing and move this thing. Make this thing look like it's something fancy, right? Or you can take it and you can put it on top, turn it after you get it like you want it. You can do a half of a scarf on one side. Hold on. And you can take this thing and you can turn this upper one to the side to cover up the front one like this. Like this. Hold on. I'm almost there. Hold on. I'm almost there. You know what I'm saying? You can take that thing and And you can cover that up. And this probably how they wore them back in the day. You know, they probably had them very, very submissive and humble but fancy. So just say I worked in the kitchen, I could wear mine like this, right? I could wear mine like this, but if I was in the field, they may not let this covering be. Also, if I was royalty, I would have a different material and a different type of scarf. But you had to, if you worked in the house, when you get a fork and do them that meat, if you worked in the house, you had to. I can take this off and put a knot in the front. If I had my hair stuffed, a lot of hair, I would crisscross it going all the way up so it'll look like a hump. All right? But it is a part of Black history. We brought the tying of the hair in. We brought it from Africa. You need more oil? We brought it from Africa, and it was required. Then they stopped making the men wear scarves. A lot of times they would shave the men. Unfortunately, they would shave them, and they didn't care how low they cut their hair. And they would just use a straight razor. And a lot of times their heads would be bleeding. They would have scabs and things to that nature. Also, we sometimes did not have coats, and we did not have hats. So taking a garment to protect your head from the outside winter weather is one of the things that we learned to do with our scarves, right? You can take a scarf. Then we begin to make a scarf be fashionable. But scarves came from slavery, and it came out of Africa, and it is a part of your Black history. So whether you wear it like this, take it apart, baby, it's okay. Take that scarf apart. Take that scarf. If you don't tie it too tight on live. We also take these scarves, baby. We would take a scarf. We can dress this up. We can wear it around our neck. We can throw it this way. We can throw it that way. We can take it. We in the 90s and stuff, honey, we would take the scarf and we would take a pin and we would pin it on one side of our outfit, right? And some scarves are so long you can take them like I did a scarf, and you can make that scarf, you can make it look like a vest, right? You can make it look like a vest. You can make that scarf like that. Stand up, Tracy. Make it look like a vest. Tie it in the back. I can tie this scarf. You can tie that scarf in the back of you. People will never know. Honey, put a jacket on, and they think, oh, she got on a vest. You know, you can do it. Then we used to take the same scarf. And we used to take the scarf. We would wrap it around our waist. And we would let that scarf hang over on one side. And then we would go and we would get a pendant and we put it on that scarf, right? And then you can also take the same scarf. Is that oven set yet? It's almost there. It ain't at 450 yet. And you can take the same scarf if you wanted to and just tie it around here. You don't have to do nothing fancy. You can take that scarf, hit it one time, tie it around here, crisscross it. You can make a rope braid, however you want to do your thing. All right, you can take it to one side if you want to, like a rope, and come on around and have it as one side. Or you can take it and go to work. You want to feel like a little dog? They don't have to be. And boom. And just like that, you got a whole nother design. So this was a part of our heritage. I just want y'all to understand that. So a lot of times when you watch African movies, and a lot of times when you saw their heads tied up, one, it protected the field slaves from the sun. We didn't know what lupus was, but can you imagine if some of them did have lupus and it wasn't diagnosed? Because sometimes it can live in you forever. You can't work in direct heat, direct sunlight. So a lot of times they would wet their scarves, put it on the top of their heads, men would. And you see that to this day. They will wet a handkerchief or a scarf and they're outside working or cutting grass. My husband does it. He gets him a towel and he wets it. And a half towel that be hanging in the bathroom and he put it over his head while he cut grass. I'm gonna bust up some eggs up when you get through and wash it out. So slaves created and designed the head wrap. And it came and derived out of Africa. In certain parts of Africa, they did not mix their fabrics. So a lot of times they had silk scarves because they wore silk. In the Bible, it said not to mix your garments. So they didn't. And if you look today, if you buy African dress, like Chef Ruby gave me a couple of them from Sierra Leone, which is West Africa, they came with head wraps. Don't be ashamed of your heritage. I beseech you, my brethren, we have so much that we have given to America and so much that have came out of the continent of Africa that we ought to really be proud of. We should be able to patent half of the things that other people are making money. Can't nobody wrap a head wrap like us. Can't nobody wear them like us. It's for everybody, but it was designed for us. It was mandatory when we got over here. All right? And a lot of them, you can even get them where it's sitting up on the top of your head. A lot of them wore head wraps. I'm not done. Okay, so if you're in a hurry, you just got to go. A lot of them will wear, and in Africa, they had to keep their balance. And they would have a baby here, and then they would have that baby in a scarf, and that baby would be wrapped around their body. And they still had to walk, and they still had to hold that baby. We use a scarf to strap our babies in. Well, thank God for that. We use a scarf to wrap our babies in, and we had to cuddle our babies, all right? So, thank you, baby. It's ready? Okay. Bottom one. It's the bottom one. Yeah. It's all right. It's that thing Eddie keeps fitting in now. I told him don't fit that in there no more. Sorry about that. Timer, set it for 12 minutes. Hit start. You don't have to add no zeros, you know? Just hit 12. 1, 2, start. Okay. So this is what they had to do. And it had to be balanced. And sometimes they'd have so much that they'd be walking and they have so much and the baby strapped across them and they're walking. So it was a protector. You understand? So I'm finna get some eggs and bust them eggs up. So you got to understand, when you're not sure about why we cover our hair, and when people try to pick at us for bonnets or say we shouldn't walk out the house in bonnets, a lot of times that's people that don't know their history. You can walk out the house in a bonnet. When I grew up, people walked around town in hair rollers. You say people can't leave out the house in lounge wear? Yes, you can. Back in slavery, even white owners and their wives, they wore loungewear. And they would leave. They did not put on corsets and ball dresses unless they left out the house or they had visitors. So a lot, at least 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 6 or 7 is good, I think. So yes, they had loungewear. All right, we gotta wait. The biscuits just went in the oven, and so they had loungewear, and a lot of things that they shame us for and they bash us for. It is our heritage to stand erect, proud, and unafraid to face the world and say this we have done and be proud of it. You cannot take and teach Black history in the shortest month of the year. It's got to be taught 365 days of the year. And in doing so, since we've started this, we have talked about Frederick Douglass, his wife Anna. We have talked about so many people. I don't know if y'all remember all the different people and different things that we have talked about. And we're not even touching. We're not touching nothing. You know, we talked about Shirley Chisholm. Just add a little milk in there. And then give me that Velveeta and I go to. We have talked about, you can't be ashamed. If they shame you, they don't want you. And they don't want you to know your heritage. All right? That kind. I like the big, the block. And another thing, the reason why you didn't see a lot of you never saw Black men walking around with a lot of things. But the reason why you did see them in cornrows was because in Africa, they believed what the Bible say, that a man should not let a razor touch his head or his face. And that's why you saw a lot of us and our Black men, hair, afros, beards, because they were being customary. We lost a lot of our rules and our traditions. We lost a lot of stuff coming to America. I'm gonna get some butter and a little oil. We're gonna do these eggs. Well, look at this right here. You need to order you one. Look, I want you to try this. We lost a lot of stuff that is real important to us coming to America. That's all you do. Let me try that. Yeah, it'll get them good. Just stick them on one. See, I'm so used to it. I go quick.
Yeah.
Just like this. Look.
Yeah.
Look.
I'll stick to the old fashioned
Look.
with my fork.
Look how quick. Look. It's done. You just ain't got used to it. Once you get used to this thing, you be like, oh yes. Now, can you imagine if you got a lot of eggs? Oh no, you be like, honey. Can you imagine if you working in a cafeteria and you had to do a lot of eggs? Or restaurant where you gotta have people asking for shell eggs and not powdered eggs like they give you.
Who want powdered eggs?
Well, that's what they serve you. Huh?
How much? They good?
Just a little bit more. That's the key to the goodness of them. Just a little bit more than what you just put in there. You just add a little sprinkle of oil in there. Okay, so now, is there any questions for me? So please remember your heritage. This is an egg beater. And I'm sorry that I can't really see that well. And then cut us some of that beater up. Let it start melting. But I wear mine. I wear hats. I wear cover-ups. And in the old church, a woman did not come to church without covering her hat up. You had to have a dolly or something on your head to cover your head. The old church, especially the Pentecostal church, and if you go watch, I can't think of that man. It's a Muslim man that teach. All the women's heads are covered up. They're covered up one form of fashion. They're covered up with a scarf that's connected to their outfits. They're covered up with dollies. They're covered up. Okay, let me see what somebody asked me a question. Hold on, y'all. What was our heritage reason for our hair wraps? If you hit replay, Carol, I already gave that story. It really bothers me when I hear a man speak critical about a woman wearing a bonnet outside. Go look at some of the stuff. You're absolutely right, Wanda Taylor. That's the reason why we had to wear them. We had to wear them because it was customary. Slave owners did not understand our hair. They called our hair nappy, and they did not want to see it. see it. So they made us wear our cover-ups. We were already wearing them in Africa. It was a part, it was customary. Different wraps, different colors represented royalty. You had different fabrics. If you had money, you had different head wraps. If you worked in the field, if you worked in the house, you could not have your head uncovered. If you worked around food, you could not have your hair uncovered. They also wanted to make sure that the slaves was not stealing. The same way I told you. They wanted to make sure, because slaves come to America and they had braided a lot of stuff in their hair. They had braided all kind of herbs and seeds in their hair when they came to America. You can turn it down a little bit if you need to. And they had to make sure that we was not taking anything, that we were not stealing anything in our hair, and things of that nature as well. Also, they had the whistle, and the whistle was when you were in the kitchen cooking, you had to whistle so that the slave owners knew that you was not taking food while you were in the kitchen cooking, and it was called the whistle. So you can't eat and whistle at the same time. So if you whistle and anything came out of your mouth, you already know, Well, it's still the same thing. Somebody said, you can go ahead. There's a difference between a wrap and a bonnet. It really is not. I can take a bonnet and put on my hair right now and tie a scarf around it, and you would never know it. I got 2 different ones on right now. So it's all about how you choose to look at stuff. We just love to degrade each other. I can take this off. This a bonnet. I can take this off right now. You won't never know it's a bonnet. And I can take and put this on. And I can turn it to the side. I might be wearing red and tan that day, but I want to protect the inside of what I'm wearing, because my hair may not be right. I could be taking braids down. All right? So if you always love a play on words, you always look for something, you're going to find it. Period. You're going to find it. If it bothers you so much that somebody steps out the house and they have a cover on, I can't understand why it bothers you so bad. I really don't. A person knows the difference when they going somewhere. If they go into the grocery store and they want to wear something over their head, or they were taking their hair halfway down, it's no different. You can put on a skull cap.
We're not doing women. This is unlimited.
Well, you can say it's diabolical all you know, if you want to, but that if you do your history, you'll find out that that was a practice. So somebody said, no, it's hygiene. No, it didn't have nothing to do with hygiene. But see, when you haven't even researched stuff for yourself, if you ain't studied to show yourself approved, you don't understand everything, because you coming off the top of your norm, your head. Because you ain't picked up no book, you ain't opened it. You haven't researched. So you telling me that it's hygiene, like the health department was going to come shut down something. Are you serious? How many of you have heard of Arlington Cemetery? We play a history in so much. So, I'm going to keep teaching it. You ain't got to listen. You ain't got to like it. But I'm going to keep teaching. I certainly am. And you can keep feeling the way you feel. See, when we get haughty, when we think we more than what we are, when we start esteeming ourselves higher, some of us won't even know how to live when the Great Depression comes. Some of us won't know how to make it. Because we think we so much, that we got it going on. There's some houses that the slaves lived in. They were so nice and clean. There's some of y'all got houses look better than mine, and they nasty. So, I like the way that look, but so you can just keep, you have to, if you want to know it, it's for you to learn it. Right? It's for you to learn it. And some things were just a requirement. Don't nobody want to get beat every day. If master tell you to cover your head up, you better cover your head up. That's just the end of that. That's the beginning of it. That's the end of it, and in between it. They said cover your head up. That's what you better do. You better cover your head up. Let me check my biscuits. You might end up with something. Just a few more minutes. Just hit clear. And give me 2 more minutes. You might end up, and you can take that off that eye if you want to and put it over there. They done. Did you put some salt and pepper? You didn't put no salt and pepper on there? I'm going to show y'all these biscuits. We're going to brown them. And like I said, we made it a fashion statement, but if you pay any attention to Africans, they wear their head wraps. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's all how you look at it. It's all how you want to view your brother and your sister. I'm not sure about the supporter badges. If you don't see yours, I don't know.
No, we both have 4.
What's that? Oh, no problem. Just mail it when you want to, Miss Irene. So that was your moment in Black History today. You can wear it as a fashion statement. People have made millions of dollars selling scarves, and they don't even know how this came to be, where it derived from, but it came out of Africa. Had nothing to do with hygiene. It was a protector for their heads. They did not have hats and coats. They had to bundle up together. It also was a balancer so that they could carry things on top of their heads. They also used this scarves as a swaddler for their babies, to wrap their babies around them so that they can move around, and they didn't have no strollers, so that baby was strapped around them. It's a harness, and they made their own. If you ever see Cora Obedi, she had her daughter. She made her own on live. She would wrap the scarves around her. So that's how they came to be. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all moment. What did you say? A lot of people about saying it is ghetto to wear outside the house. Oh, I don't worry about what they say. Because I'm going to tell you something. A celebrity is a celebrity as long as they in the spotlight. When are we going to turn it off and I'm going to hit raw? You see raw? Okay. I hit start.
I'm trying to stay on the mic.
Click. Hit raw.
Okay. Now it's on 4.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong one anyway. Wait a minute.
You're so mean.
All right, we're getting ready to take these biscuits out. And I'm not going to hold y'all, but I just want y'all to understand. We got smoked sausage and cheese and eggs. And I made some homemade biscuits. It's cold outside. It's time for school to start back. It's time to start getting these coins together. It's time to start doing my budget for the year. I got to sit down and figure out some stuff. It's time to make sure that my means come together. I got to get ready to deal with the IRS, the SRIs, and everything else.
Okay, Mama, good job.
So there is nothing wrong. And I'm not pushing you wearing a bonnet, but I'm not going to judge you. Because I've never wore a bonnet at the house. But if I was getting my hair done and one side was done and I had to run to the store, if you're going to judge me on that, then judge me on it. Some celebrities won't wear the same outfit. You can judge me because you're going to see me in this shirt so many times it's unreal. Soon as it brown, I'll be ready. What did you say? Yes, we can get headlights too. We don't get it as bad. I did hair for 30 years. Lice live off of natural oils that come from your body. White people get more oil, sebum in their hair than black people. Well, let me take that back. I take that back. Black people hair can hold oil, and we can live with oil. White people can't. So if we do get a lice, it's not gonna live too much longer, and we won't have a case of it like y'all, because y'all hair is not designed to hold oil, and that's why you have to be careful. White people need to be careful when you do Brazilian presses, because what it is that it's a hot oil treatment being left in your hair, and so that natural oil comes from dirt. It's not a clean oil. We add oil in our hair, y'all, natural oil. So in other words, if you're not shampooing your hair like you should, if you're not changing your pillowcases like you should, then you can get a bad case of lice. All right. Now crabs is different, baby. Crabbing is crabbing, and everybody can get a little of that. You know, you can get that off a toilet seat. That's why you have to be careful, you know. But I'm finna get ready to take these out, and we're gonna put a little butter on them. I'll let y'all see.
Come on.
What are you talking about? What about civil rights? What are you talking about? Let's see what she said. I want to read it first to myself.
Huh? Come on, we're doing it. Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, that's a good question. Okay. We'll get it out. Okay. Split. Turn it back to what it burns.
No, never stand on your side. Stand on your side. You can't cheat like that.
You almost did, Gwen. Clear it. I just need some butter. That's why you can't turn your back when you doing biscuits and nothing, honey. You can get them. They brown, but you turned your back too long, they'd have been burnt. These is good, but I turn my back on them. They good. They gonna be good, ain't the queen? Mm-hmm. They got a little dark. Now I like mine light skinned, but as long as they ain't burnt, it don't bother me. But I do like them a little lighter than this. I really do.
You want more carbs? You want more carbs? Do you want more carbs?
But they just brown. You can't turn your back. So we're gonna stuff the biscuit. Gwen, give me a pan. We're gonna stuff these, baby. Give me a plate. I'm gonna stuff a biscuit for them. They feel good. I didn't like mine a little lighter, but they not burnt. And you know what? They still like a piece of cheese in there, so I do a half a piece. I'm trying to pick it up.
Draw 4. Draw 4 more.
Whether you can see they not burnt.
You got some behind you.
They look good. Yeah, I like mine light, a little lighter, but these are not burnt at all.
Draw 2. Clean up. She get it back because I dropped 2 and I dropped 4 for her or Udo.
Then I'm gonna let you go up, take it around and put them eggs and meat on now. Tastes good. Somebody said perfect. Yeah, a lot of people like brown biscuit.
What if I do?
That biscuit is perfect. She's gonna give them a little egg.
No, you can't do that.
and a little meat. And they gonna eat. That's how you do it. You save your money. You keep picking these biscuits up. There it is. Boop, there it is.
No. Drop two.
Lord, you ready for your lesson?
Yeah.
Come on, girls.
Where?
They're gonna go to the
Oh.
they'll go over there in the dining room.
Oh. Huh? You gotta clean up. Thank you. Thank you. Will you come here?
Beautiful.
No holds on. Right?
Girl.
So
Well,
cut you one open. They light, they easy. You want yours now? You want to take you?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one with some foil.
Got some foil over there. Parchment paper. And give me a little piece of cheese on mine. They light and they fluffy. Alright, so thank you YouTube for being with us. I'm gonna still be over here on Facebook just for a little bit longer. Come on over and eat and talk and chat with us.
You want a whole piece or half?
You gonna put some on yours, ain't you? So half for me, half a piece of cheese. Then on the bottom. And come on over here and break bread with us. Queen gonna fix her biscuit. She fixing mine. I'm gonna chat and chew for a little while. Y'all, and like I said, to each his own. You like yours light, it's just a little brown. It is not burnt at all. I don't know how the camera is reflecting it. But these are nice, soft, tender biscuits. Yeah. That's all I can tell y'all. All right, YouTube, I'm out. I'm going to see you over
bye, YouTube.
on Facebook. See you later, honeybees.